I'm Kayla.K.Keane, and in this week's live, we'll be talking about how to buy a house in Jamaica. So far, my video about purchasing houses in Jamaica has been one of the most watched video. That indicates to me that you, my audience, have an interest in knowing how to purchase a house in Jamaica. So that's why this week I will be dedicating this live to dissecting that matter. As you know the drill already, thank you so much for coming. And for those of you who are already here, I'm going to ask you to hit the like button. Additionally, if you are here but you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button right here. But with the subscribe button, I'm also asking you to hit the bell notifications so that whenever I post a video, you will be updated. As is the usual format of my life, I have something to drink. And this week I'm having some green juice. So go ahead and get yourself something to drink, get into a nice little relaxed area of the house, and let us talk. And by the way, tell me in the comment section what you're drinking. Remember that during my lives, you can ask questions about anything that you want to ask about. And not because I'm talking specifically about purchasing a house in Jamaica, that does not stop you from talking about other things that you want to talk about. Tell me what you're drinking in the comment section and hold on a second. Let me connect my other phone so that I can see your questions. Okay? Remember also, guys, during my live, you can ask any question that you want to ask. As a result, I want you to go ahead and start typing your questions in the comment section so that I can answer them as soon as possible. So I have my other mobile device connected, so now I can read the comments from Sashmolo, who said that she was waiting at 5:53. Timoy O'Brien, who said that he was also waiting at 6. And Kadian Macaw. Just as I came on, Kadian said, "Hi, Kayla." Hey, Kadian, thank you so much for joining my live. I see Dwayne Bennett is also here and he is saying hi. Yes, guys, so thank you so much for coming. As is the usual format of my life, I will start out by firstly just praying and asking God to just bless everything that we're going to do here. Remember to tell me what you're drinking in the comment section. I'm having green juice today with a little bit of ginger. So although it's in my wine glass, it's green juice. And by the way, guys, I have a big celebration coming up here on the channel. Well, I have two big celebrations coming up. So stay tuned a little bit and I'll tell you about it. Anyway, let us pray. Father, as we come before you this afternoon, we give you thanks for the opportunity to be in your presence to talk about things that are uplifting, things that are inspiring, things that are good, things that are things that will help us to get to where you want us to get. Father, we ask you for favor in this moment in every area of our lives, but especially concerning purchasing properties and our finances. We ask you to bless us financially and help us to remember to do the right thing when you have blessed us. For that and many more blessings, Lord, I give you thanks. And I pray that this live will be lit in a positive way. Amen. All right, so let me just jump into the comment section and read what it is that you are saying down there. So CM says, "Yes, Medea, good afternoon, Kayla and subscribers. Thank you for coming, CM. You are early for class today." Uh, CM also says, "Kayla, how you pray with your eyes open?" Now, what is laughing, laughing, laughing? Yes, I pray with my eyes open because you guys are watching, so it would be weird for me to close my eyes and pray on a live. Yes, so that's why I keep my eyes open. B Jenks JA says, "Hi, Miss Keane. Hey, Miss Keane. Hi, B Jenks. Thank you so much for joining." B Gent is another YouTuber, so you guys can also subscribe to his channel. B Gent, feel free to put your channel link in my comment section so that they can subscribe to your channel. His channel is similar to mine, but not necessarily the same. All right. Roro says, hey Kayla, how much a surveyor or valuator report may cost, and how would I go about it? All right, so the surveyor's report is dependent on the cost of the property that you are trying to purchase, Roro. That would depend on the size. But I know that a sizable property can cost like $50,000, but I can't give you a ballpark figure because it's depending on the acre of land that makes up that property. It depends on a lot of things. Uh, Shay Monroe is here early for class today and says, Hola. Hi, Shay. Thank you for coming. Shay and CM and some of the others are my regular subscribers who watch every Sunday. Uh, then I'm seeing Dr. Chevy that says, what are the steps to purchase a land or house using NHT? All right, so Dr. Chevy, to answer your question, the steps to purchase a house or land using the NHT. So the first thing that you need to do if you're living here in Jamaica, you have to be contributing to the NHT for at least 1 year. For Jamaicans who are living abroad, though, they will have to be contributing for at least 2 years. So once you have met those requirements based on where you are living, you can now go to the NHT for what is called a pre-approval letter, which will just basically tell you how much money you qualify to borrow from the NHT, right? So once you have this information, you then take that information to your bank. By the way, before you go to NHT to try to get your pre-approval letter, if you are employed to a company, you are going to need your last 3 pay slips, as well as your TRN and your NIS and a picture ID, for example, your driver's license, or you can use your national ID card. So once you have those, you can get the pre-approval letter from the NHT. After you have done that, you now need to go to your financial institution of choice. So if it is that you have a lot of money and you can pay the additional cost for the house, then sure, you can go ahead and just find the money out of pocket. But if not, you're going to have to head to a financial institution and get a pre-approval for a loan. So you're going to get approximately 6.5. That's the general ballpark figure from the National Housing Trust. But you will need additional money. Say if the property costs $12,000, the NHT is giving you 6.5 mil, so you will need another $6.5 million. So you'll have to get that from the bank if you don't have that cash. So you'll go ahead and get that from the bank, and then once you do that, then you will be ready to approach the vendor who is selling the property, and you can buy the house in that manner. If you want to buy land, which was the second part of your question, you go through the same process, which is getting your pre-approval from the NHT, and then you will use the money to purchase the land that you want. So I hope that sufficiently answers your question. I see that the comment section is buzzing. I see the comments flying up on the screen. So Dr. Chevy, let me know in the comment section if I have sufficiently answered your question. If not, then I can go into it a bit more, or I can start over and try to make it simpler for you if that was not simple enough. All right, so Shay Monroe. Shay Monroe says, I love the hair, Kayla. Thank you, Shay. Shay says, takes you back to 16 years old. Okay, thank you, Shay. I look younger today than I'm already young. Thank you. B. Jenks says, thanks. You are welcome, B. Jenks. B. Jenks also says, I know there must be a trick to getting house cheaper in Jamaica. Could you share the secret? I think the secret to getting a house cheaper is to build it yourself. Purchase land and build it. I would say that is the secret to getting a house cheaper in Jamaica. And the reason why I would say that is, for example, the apartments that we were talking about last week, the prices, especially in the corporate area for apartments, is ridiculous. The price for housing in general is quite ridiculous. So a hack could be to buy land and to build yourself, that will be cheaper. But also remember the convenience aspect of it. It will be less convenient, as you can imagine. If you purchase a house today, you can move into it next week if you'd like to. But remember that you will have to wait out that time if you're building. Of course, you can build one bedroom at a time and live in there and build around yourself. That's also an option. But if you want to purchase a house and you want to reduce the cost, I think that's one of the best ways to do that. All right, so I see I have more questions. Oh, CM was saying DWL Gens as it relates to his question about the secret to lower price for housing in Jamaica. Yeah. So Dwayne Bennett now is saying Chemtech Colbert Manor Old Harbor, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, gate, pool, gym, etc. How much would you rent it for? Dwayne, remember that when, as it relates to buying and renting real estate, what you're really doing is selling the community, you're selling the area. So if it is a great area that the development is in, then you can sell or rent for more. As it relates to where Colbeck Manor is in Old Harbor, what you'd have to actually do is to check with the other schemes, the New Harbor Village, the other schemes in that area, to see what the prices are like so that you can make an informed decision. So I couldn't just look at that. And plus, you have to look at how much you're paying for mortgage, because most persons who own those properties would more than likely be paying a mortgage. So it would be hard to say off the bat without knowing certain facts. So I'd have to know how much a person is paying for mortgage, what are the going rates for rent in that particular community, because that is what you'll use to determine how you would price the houses. Let me see who else. Shay Monroe says, LOL, we all wanna know BJs. And then CM says, true thing, Shay M. DJ Chevy says, yes, you answered my question. Thanks. You're welcome, DJ Chevy. CM says, LOL. I like the answer, Kayla. True thing. For those who are just joining, CM was referring to me answering a question about reducing the cost for purchasing property. Tips for that. And by the way, for those of you who are just joining, thanks for joining in this week's Ask Me Anything Live. I'll be talking about building or buying a house in Jamaica, buying really the process to purchase a house in Jamaica. But remember that during my lives, you can ask questions about anything of interest to you, whether real estate, finance, or personal. That is the reason I go live, so that we can really talk. So I'll try to answer most of your questions, and then we will get into the main discussion. But feel free to continue to ask the questions. I'll answer them for as long as you keep asking. And then once you stop asking questions, then I'll go on to the main discussion, which is about buying a house in Jamaica. For those of you who are just joining, there's a little rule over here. Once you get on the live, please remember to give me a thumbs up. It will indicate to me if you like the type of content that I'm producing. And also remember to hit the red subscribe button over here, as well as the bell, so that you can get a notification whenever I post a video. I don't want any of my subscribers to miss out on anything, especially videos about new development. So when there's a new housing development, whether through the NHT or it's something I know about, I usually post a video. My videos as it relates to NHT properties are usually the first on YouTube. So if you miss it, you might miss the application period. And remember that that usually opens for 3 days. So if you miss a video, you might miss a whole house. Okay, so remember to subscribe and like the video. Right, so back to your questions and comments in the comment section. DJ Chevy is asking a question. The question is, will NHT help you build? Yes, DJ Chevy, there is a loan that the NHT offers that is called the NHT's Build on Land Loan. You can write that down, Build on Land Loan. I actually did a full video on it. It's on my channel, so you can watch that video to understand in detail how they do it, but I'll just give you a synopsis of how that process works. So with the NHC Build on Land loan, the NHC allocates, well, first of all, to utilize the Build on Land loan, you have to meet the prerequisite, right? Which is one, you have to either own land or have permission in writing to build on someone else's land. So if you have the title for a parcel of land, then you can approach NHC and let them know that I do have title for a parcel of land and I want to build a house. So I need to access the Build on Land loan facility. They will do the pre-approval similar to if you're buying a house, and then they will use that information to inform the process going forward. So you'll have to do an architectural drawing that you plan to have the house look like, a blueprint, and then what the NHC will do is they will allocate you a sum of money in the beginning, about 25% of the total amount that they will give you, and you will have to build to an agreed level that you have pre-decided with them. So for example, they say to you, take the house out of foundation, take the house out of foundation by April 5th. Then by April 5th, once you meet that prerequisite, then they give you more money to continue to build in the house. However, if you plan to access the NHC's Build on Land loan, remember that the process is monitored by the NHC. It's not like a house where they will pay over the money at once. For building, they allocate the money in stages that is agreed to by you and by the NHT. So that is how that facility works. And of course, if the money that they are allocating is not sufficient to build a house, then you can go ahead and get further assistance from your financial institution, or you can use money out of pocket to also assist with the process. Dr. Chevy, just keep letting me know in the comment section if I have sufficiently answered your question and if you understand what I'm saying. For those of you who are just joining, we're talking about buying a house in Jamaica. We haven't gotten to the main discussion segment yet. So if you're just joining, you have not missed out on the discussion. What you have missed, though, is some interesting questions from subscribers who have been asking some really interesting questions about the process of home ownership. So go ahead and like the video and remember to subscribe if you have not already done so. Let me just jump into the comment section quickly and see what I have missed. All right, says WN Mac, one of my regulars, has just joined. He said, hi, good day, Sparkles. Hi, WN, thanks for joining. For those of you who are new to my channel, WN calls me Sparklies or Sparkly Eyes. So, yes. Roro says, anything, Kayla. Another thing, Kayla, if you get hints on websites that have houses adverts to sell, please and thanks. Oh, hi, Roro. Yes, you can sign up for notifications from different realtors and real estate agencies who will give you tips when houses are available. They'll send you an email when houses are available. So afterwards, I can probably leave a link under the video that tells you more about that, or the numbers or email addresses for realtors. On the video that I did that's entitled How to Buy a House in Jamaica, where I interviewed real estate agent Janelle Crawford, her information is there and she's one of the persons that can assist with that process. I beg your pardon. D. Samuel says, where can I get a good builder? Well, I have somebody that I can recommend to you, but the contact information, I'd probably have to leave all of that information in my description box. When this video ends, I'll probably just put that information. So I need to put the information for one, a realtor, and two, somebody who is into construction that can assist you with that process. I can tell you from now, though, for the person who is asking about construction, I have a friend that does it. His name is Mr. Johnson. Yes, so I'll reach out to him and also put his information in the bio, in the description box when the video is over, so that you guys can just go there and get all the resources that you need. And I'll put the names and contact information for more than one realtor also, so that you can keep in touch with somebody even via WhatsApp for those of you who are living outside of Jamaica. And by the way, for everyone that is watching, just put the name of the country that you're watching from in my comment section now, so I can know which country you are watching from while I try to answer the other questions. All right, so Shakira Salmon says, hi, can I get information on buying a house through NHT as a self-employed person? Yes, Shakira. So for you who you're living in Jamaica and you're self-employed, it's a little bit different as it relates to accessing your NHT benefits. So this is what you're going to do. And remember to like the video and comment where you're watching from, subscribers. Right, Shakira, back to you. So what you're doing, Shakira, you have to be, so you're living in Jamaica, that's what I'm assuming. So if you're living in Jamaica, you have to be a contributor for at least 1 year. If you are living abroad, you have to be a contributor for at least 2 years to the NHT, right? So once you are at that process, the next thing you need to do as a self-employed person is get a bank statement for 1 year that shows that you are earning. So if you are, or anybody else that is watching and you're self-employed and you plan to access your benefits from the NHT, you need to ensure that you are routing money through your bank account on a monthly basis, weekly basis if you want, fortnightly basis, but money must be going into your account as proof to the NHT when the time comes that you are actually able to afford a house, that you're actually earning. Because remember, for persons who are employed to a company, they will have their pay stubs to show, but you won't have that. So ensure that you're routing money through the bank account, right? So you're going to get a bank statement for 1 year. You need to have your TRN, a picture ID, so it could be a driver's license or your national ID, and you're also going to need to have your NIS with you. So you're going to go to the NHT, ask them to send you to where you get your pre-approval, and you get your pre-approval letter done from the NHT. Once you get that, you can go ahead and get your portion from the bank, and then you can purchase whether on the open market or you can purchase an NHT scheme property. So it's pretty straightforward. The only difference for persons who are self-employed versus persons who are working for a company is the pay slips and the bank statement. So for persons who are working for a company, they don't need a bank statement. But because you're not employed to a company and you don't have a pay stub to show, then you have to use your bank statement instead. Sharika, I hope that was easy to understand. Comment in the comment section and let me know if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to take a quick break from the question just to read off the countries that persons are watching from. And so far, I'm seeing Roro is in Jamaica, Carol Williams is in Jamaica, Shay Monroe is in Jamaica, B. Jenks J.A. is in Jamaica, Miss Thomas is in the US, and DJ Chevy is also in the US. W.N. Mac, I know he's in the UK, and Garth is in Canada. For the other persons who are watching and don't tell me where you're watching from, please go ahead and tell me where you're watching from. By the way, I haven't skipped over your question. I just skipped to take the location, so I'm going back to the questions now. Let me see where I stopped off. And then, so I was reading the question from Shakira Salmon earlier, which means I'm back at Miss Joan Thomas, who says, good evening, Kayla. Hi, Miss Joan. Thank you so much for joining my live today. I see Earth Strong is saying that they are joining from New York. Thank you for joining. Bijen says, thanks for the answer. Makes sense. I also want to know, why am I the one to pay for valuation for a house I want to purchase? Okay, so Bijen, the vendor. By the way, guys, the word vendor refers to a person who is selling a property. That's the legal term that is used. So the vendor also gets a valuation on the property. But the reason you need to get a valuation is because some people are very unscrupulous. So if I'm the vendor, I'm selling my house to you. I could say I got a valuation and the house values $20 million. But really and truly, I know that the house value $18 million. So I want to make an extra $2 million off you. So I'll tell you that it values more than it actually values so that I can sell you for a higher cost. Which is why it is important to do the valuation report yourself as the purchaser so that you too can truly know what the value of the property is. Just like cars, you do the same thing when you're purchasing a cars. For cars, it is usually like if the car values $1 million, you won't pay the value price of it, you'll pay a little lower. So for house, it's the same, where well they can actually sell you for the same price as the value of the house, but they can go a little below it also. But you want to make sure that you're not purchasing an overpriced property. All right, so B Jenks is also asking, if it is over the market value, my money get burned up because NHE now facilitate that much of the money. I would have to find the rest and might have that. Yes, that's also factual. DJ Chevy says, yes, he understands the question, the answer to the question that I gave him. And he says, thanks. You are welcome, DJ Chevy. WN Mac, what are you laughing about? Roro says, thank you, Kayla. You're welcome. Sash Muller says, my mommy is watching from my phone too. Thank you for joining, Sasha. And hello, Mom. Thanks for joining my live. I hope that the information here is beneficial and that you're learning something. By the way, everyone, please remember to give the video a like, okay? That is great for my analytics, and I need you to do that for all my videos. Just leave a like if you like the channel, if you like what the video is about, if you like the way I'm presenting the information, and so on, okay? All right, let me see. Okay, so these are all the persons telling me where they're watching from. CM says, Kayla, skip over my comment to next string. Be right back. CM, you know how it goes when I'm trying to rumble through the comment section to find all the answers. So just go ahead and retype your question. You know how it goes. You're a resident here, so you know how this works, right? So WN Max says, hi, I need your advice, UK. Go ahead and ask your question, WN, rather. You know how it works already, so just go ahead and ask your question. You're one of the residents. Shay Monroe, how you so quiet today? I don't see you asking a lot of questions today. Shay has become a prof now. Shay knows the answers to these things, guys. Timoy O'Brien is saying he's watching from Jamaica. Earth Strong is watching from New York. CM retracted a message. What did you retract, CM? Shakira says, thank you so much. And she's watching from Jamaica. You're welcome, Shakira. So WN Max says, if you are living in the UK and you have your boyfriend and child in Jamaica, would you migrate back to Jamaica if you have your own home there, or would you file for the family to be with you in the UK? All right, so this is a long question. So let me reread it and process what he's asking. So WN says, if you were living in the UK and you have your boyfriend and child in Jamaica, would you migrate back to Jamaica if you have your own home there, or would you file for your family to be with you in the UK? I guess that would depend on the family and what everybody wants. So, for example, if the children are big enough to make a decision about where they want to live, say they are teenagers and they're in a high school that they're comfortable with, that would have to be a discussion between me, the partner, and the kids. And then say it's two children and two of us. So I would do it on a vote basis. So if three persons wanted to live in Jamaica, then I'd live in Jamaica. If three persons wanted to live in the UK, then I just make the decision. So sometimes when you're not sure, I think that's a good way to do it. Plus, you also have to look at the socioeconomic conditions. You have to look at what's best for the family. There are a lot of issues that you have to look at. So that will be dependent on the view of the family. I'd make a decision based on that. If that answers your question, double N. All right. So Gavin Clark says, does the NHT sell land? Yes, Gavin. The NHT does sell what they call service lots. So within some housing schemes, the NHT sells lots that you can purchase and build on. For example, recently I did a video on the Silverstone estate over there in St. Catherine. I think it's Innswood, St. Catherine. So the NHT was not only selling two-bedroom houses, but they were also selling service lots. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can purchase service lots from the NHT. Remember to like the video, guys. Remember to like the video. I have some more questions. Let me just quickly look what these questions are about. So WN Max says, thank you. You are welcome. I hope I sufficiently answered. B Jenks JA says, thanks. And then Earth Strong says, my mother was told to bring the house she is interested in purchasing in order to get an estimate of how much she qualifies for. Is that info correct? If you are referring to, well, no. How, and I'm wondering if you're talking about NHT or you're talking about the financial institution. Because with both entities, though, they do not need that type of information to give you a pre-approval letter. So for the NHT, the documents that I spoke about before are the documents that you need to get your pre-approval, nothing else, nothing more. As it relates to the bank now, they basically need the same approval and a job letter. And they will also request, after you have applied, they will request a credit report, but they can get the credit report on their own. All they will need from you, some of them require that you pay for the credit report, which is a minimal cost, about 2,000 Jamaican dollars. For the subscribers who are living abroad, you can do the calculation to convert it to your currency, but it's approximately that, and you can authorize them to take it from your bank account if you are a member of the bank already, or you can pay for the credit report in the bank. So no, for the person who was asking, let me see who it was. Earth Strong. No, that information would not be accurate. So Gavin Clark says, so they only sell lots in the schemes? Well, for the ones that I know about, like for the one of the latest videos that I did, Perth Estate in Manchester, that one has not been sold as yet. It's upcoming. But in that development, they also have service lots. So far what I've been seeing is service lots being sold in the development. So I'm not sure if they have ever sold service lots just by themselves. And there was another one, but I cannot remember on that, the name of the other one. There are several others, but the NHE does sell land, parcels of land. They call them service lots. And so far, I've only seen them being sold in the development. All right, let me see what other persons are saying. CM says, I spoke with the police to get some feedback on the St. Catherine estate as to why the building so slow, and they say serious gang violence about which group would get work on the project and extortion. Wow, that's very sad. Gavin Clark says, thanks. You are welcome, Gavin. Shay says, yes, CM. The extortion is slowing things down. Okay. All right. So I have another question from B Jenks, and it says, it is said that deposit can be 5 to 10% of sale price. Why is it that the vendor would rather 10 to 5% rather than 5% to make it easier on the buyer? BJs, you have to remember that you're in a very competitive space as it relates to purchasing properties, especially here in Jamaica. A lot of the persons who are even purchasing property here in Jamaica don't live in Jamaica. So some of them do have the strength of cash to purchase at a higher price than locals would be able to afford. So vendors, if they could even get 50%, some of them would take it. In fact, some persons only do cash sale of their properties only. So if you're not wealthy enough to afford whatever the cost, then you'll just miss out on that opportunity. But that has been that has been existed for years, where generally they'd ask for between 5 to 10%, but I tell my subscribers to try to save up to 20% just so you're sure. Because the thing is, if you plan to purchase a house for say $10 million, and when you try to find a house, you find a house for $20 million, if you had saved 20% of the sale cost, the sale price, then you'd be able to afford the higher costing house, the $20 million house. So try to save as much as possible. If you're thinking about purchasing a house, that's one of the first things you should be thinking about. You should be saving, 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 and saving some more. So you might be saying, but I don't know which house I want to buy yet. But the cost for house varies depending on communities, and remember that houses go quickly. By the time you know that the house is selling, it's already sold. All right, so I have some more questions. Let me just check what you guys are saying. uh CM says, for real Shay, me no think me want live there again, gonna look elsewhere. Sometimes buying cheap has other bad results. Oh, definitely. And the reason why prices for house vary also have a lot to do with the area. I want you all to remember that. I want you all to remember that that has a lot to do with the cost for housing. Say, for example, you're going to purchase a house in Tivoli Gardens versus purchasing a house in Jacksonville. The price would be night and day, even if the house was the same thing. So we're building the same house in Tivoli in 2020, and we're building the same house in Cherry Gardens or Jacksonville in 2020. So it was built last year. Same brick, same steel, same sand, same gravel, same marl, same everything, same contractor. The house in Tivoli would be exponentially cheaper than the house in Jacksonville. That is how the market works. So sometimes if you see a nice house in a community and it's selling for a very cheap price, sometimes the homeowners could be trying to escape violence, could be trying to escape different things in the community. So that is why we have to shop around, we have to be smart, we have to be informed. I actually did a video about the red flags to look out for when purchasing a property. And it's very important that you do this because you might end up buying a house for a certain amount of money that has no value, because location is what you're buying. So before you purchase a property, always remember that you're buying the location. So don't buy a house in a war-torn area and think that you can sell it for 5 times the price next year, because it don't work like that. The value of your house will depreciate as much as houses don't depreciate in Jamaica. That's exactly what will happen to you. So remember to like the video, as I said before, and I'm moving on to the next question. So my next question comes from Earth Strong, who says, Kayla, how may I connect you for service? I will be in Jamaica in a week to help my mother buy a house, and I like and trust your work. Okay, Earth Strong, the best way to connect with me, I hope you have Instagram. The best way to connect is to just DM me on Instagram, and then I can share my personal information with you so that you can contact me. I'm not ready to share my number publicly as yet. So when I'm ready to do that, though, I will let everyone know. But for now, if you really want to get some more information on something, if it's important, then you can DM me. My Instagram name is the same as my YouTube name, Kayla, full stop, K, full stop, Keane, Kayla.K.Keane. So just send me a DM and I will reach out to you. Or if you want to leave information in the comment section for how I can contact you, that can also work. All right, so I have another question that's coming from, oh, it's a comment from CM. CM says, yes, always remember location, location, location. That's why rental prices vary. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. CM says, yes, because I need your number, but me no use Insta. Yes, CM. So I'll share a number soon, but I'm just not ready to share the number yet because I know that more than likely that number will be inundated with calls. So I spoke to one of my close friends who, well, two of my close friends who kind of act as managers and kind of balance me out. If I should share a number, and they told me not yet. I'm going to need somebody to assist me to monitor the number once I give it out. Because the thing with me, and even here on the channel, my subscribers know if you ask a question, I'm answering as quick as possible. So some of you live in different time zones, and sometimes when I wake up at 3 a.m., I have questions under my videos, and I actually respond to those questions before I go back to bed. So the thing is, the type of person that I am, if I give out my number, then I might not get any sleep because I'm connected to the device. And once I wake up and I see questions, I have this urge to respond. So until I get help in terms of somebody to assist with responding to questions, then I'm not going to give out a number until then. But if you need something, then you can reach out to me via my Instagram page at Kayla full stop K full stop Keane, same as my YouTube name, and I'll answer you there. So I have another question from another subscriber, Billbap Gaming. Hi, Billbap Gaming. This individual is always watching too. And the question is, good afternoon again, good evening again, rather, good evening to you too. Can someone take the equity out of a mortgage in Jamaica? All right, that's a very interesting question, Billback Gaming. I'm planning to talk to a banker about it in an upcoming video. So I don't want to answer that yet, but I'm going to talk to somebody from NCB about it in a video. So stay tuned for that, for the answer for that question. CM says your Facebook page needs updating, Kayla. From 2020, you post nothing. That's actually not true, CM. What is true is that we're not friends on Facebook and my Facebook page is closed. That is why I don't advertise my Facebook page because I don't really use it much. But I posted even today. I went live on Facebook today. So that's not true. I actually use the page. So what you have to do if you want to be on my Facebook page is send me a friend request. But I prefer if people follow me on Instagram. That's where I post. I post every day. So Naturally Candid, who is also a YouTuber, is saying that she's here and she says, Naturally Candid, big up yourself. Or CM is saying, Naturally Candid, big up yourself. Thanks for joining Naturally Candid. Right. So I see my comment section slowing down a little bit. So I'm going to go over to the main discussion. If you have a question, ask right now, because I'm going to go into the discussion, which of course is how to purchase a home in Jamaica. CM is saying, okay, I'm going to send a friend request. No problem. Guys, if you're just joining the live, remember to like the video. Remember to hit the like button as that helps with my YouTube analytics. And remember also to hit the red subscribe button on this side of your screen if you have not already done so. So let's go into the main discussion. Shay says, fun and joke aside, how do you guys feel about purchasing a one-bedroom house in Portmore for $9 million? All right, so all my subscribers can go ahead and answer Shay in the comment section. Remember, this is an interactive channel. It's not just me talking to you. It's my subscribers also interacting with each other, making friends with each other, helping out each other. So Shay wants to know what you guys think about purchasing a $9 million home, 1 bedroom house in Portmore, St. Catherine. Bill Bap Gaming says, do you have a rough idea of how much you need to earn before the bank will approve a $20 million loan? All right, so here in Jamaica, you need to be earning approximately, it's an approximate value because of course as it relates to anything dollars and cents, the market fluctuates and I cannot give you a figure, but a ballpark figure for getting a $20 million loan to purchase a property from the bank. And of course, with this, I'm including the 6.5 from the NHT. Let me know if that's what you want me to do. If that's what you want me to do, I can give you the rough calculation. If you're not using your NHT amount, then I can't. So with the 6.5 from the NHT, you'll need to be earning about 300, between 250 to 300,000 thereabout monthly as your take home income. CM says, naturally candid, 9 p.m. later for your live. Bill Bap says, good question. I wonder if he's referring to Shay. Guys, remember to answer Shay in the comment section. Shay is asking how you guys feel about purchasing a 1 bedroom house in Portmore for $9 million. All right, so as I said before, let's go into the main discussion. For those of you who are just joining the live, thank you so much for joining. If it's your first time here, I call my subscribers future millionaires. So you are a future millionaire. That's what I'm speaking over you. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, and now we're going to go into the main discussion segment where we are talking about how to buy a house in Jamaica. Right. So the first thing that I want you to think about if you want to purchase a home in Jamaica is to firstly look at your budget. So when you think about budgeting as it relates to purchasing a home, there are a few questions that you will have to answer. One of those first questions that you'll have to look at is your debt, right? You have to look at your debt. So you can't want to buy a house, but you are in a pile of debt, because what will happen is when you go to the bank, they are going to have an issue pre-approving you for a loan when you already have loans that you need to service. So one of the things that you want to look at is how much debt. It's called your debt service ratio. Look at your debt service ratio. If you do have debt, I have videos on this channel that teaches you how to get out of debt. But one thing I also want you to do is to talk to your financial advisor and let them come up with a strategy for you to come out of debt, right? So we're still looking at budgeting as it relates to home. So when you're figuring out your budget, you need to go to the NHG and get your pre-approval letter. I've already said several times the steps that you need to follow to get your pre-approval letter, which is, if you're employed, you need your last 3 pay stubs, your NIS, your TRN, and a photo ID. So it could be your driver's license, your passport, or your national identification card. Then, after that, you need to look at how much money you have as saving, which will form a part of your deposit for the house. Generally speaking, the banks will ask you, well, the vendor will ask for between 5 to 10% of your personal funds as a down payment for, it's called the closing costs for the house, right? But you need to save more, because remember that there are other expenses that sometimes come up when you are purchasing a property. Say, for example, you buy a property. Everything might not be perfect with the property, you know. You might want to look at the infrastructure and say, you know, I don't like the style of the window, or there's a crack in the wall there. When I did the surveyor's report or the structural engineering report, it was not detrimental, but I need to fix that crack. So you'll need additional money. So the first thing that you want to look at when you're purchasing a home is your budget. Let me just take a break to go to the comment section and then I'll continue the discussion. All right, so where did I leave off? So you guys were assisting Shay in the comment section by answering her question about purchasing a home in Portmore for $9 million. CM asked Naturally Candid if she's going live at 9 later. Bill Bap Gaming says, good question. And I guess that person, Bill Bap, is referring to Shay's question about the Portmore house. JM is trying to assist Shay in the comment section. JM says, we're in Portmore. Naturally Candid says, CM, not tonight, next week, but a video will be posted for 7. You can check it out later. CM says, okay. And Candid. Shay Monroe says, near Tamarind Farm at JM. Shay Monroe says, the new one on the road with Grace Kennedy at JM. What's the general area? JM is asking. I'm not familiar with Tamarind Farm. CM says, isn't Tamarind Farm a prison? CM, you know you give too much trouble. Of course, Tamarind Farm is a prison. Bill Bap Gaming says, roughly 300 grand with NHT. Then how much without? I can't say, didn't even tell me. I can't say how much without Bill Bap Gaming because all the calculation that I've ever did for mortgaging stuff have to do with the NHT amount in there. But you can check it out at your bank though. You can ask your bank for a pre-approval, let them know that you want to purchase a property for 20 million and how much they would be able to approve you for, how much of that money they would give to you. Let me see what other questions I have missed. So B Jenks is saying no, sir. I guess he's referring to purchasing the property in Portmore. Shay Monroe says yes, JM. LOL. Bernard Lodge couldn't remember that. B Jenks says this serious. JM says if it's HAJ St. Catherine Estate, then I would get it if it's my budget. But it's the other side trending towards Spanish Town bypass, then I'd be hesitant. Shay says, thanks to JM for assisting with her question. And JM says, actually, the area is too close to March Pen for my liking. Okay, great. So back to the main discussion now that I have catch up with you in the comment section. So we're talking about purchasing a house. And I did say earlier that one of the most important steps and the first step you should take, and when I say purchasing a house, even before you know which property it is that you're eyeing, once you want to purchase a house anytime in the foreseeable future, the first thing that you need to do is sit and work out a budget. So the other things that I want to mention as being a part of the budget is also your legal fees. So you'll have to pay approximately 3% of the cost of the property to your attorney who will sort out all the documents for you. Here in Jamaica, unlike the US, it's not mandatory for you to have an attorney when you are purchasing a property. But I would ask you, if you are going to purchase a property for $20 million, why would you not want to pay 3% of that $20 million to an attorney to ensure that you get a clean title? Remember, people try to steal houses all the time. And imagine somebody sells you a house that's not really theirs. You have a serious problem on your hand if that happens to you. So, as a result, it is prudent for you to actually make checks and ensure through your attorney that the paperwork is good, is clean, you're getting a clean title, and everything will be good. You wouldn't like to spend so much money and be stuck with a mortgage for a house that you don't own. So I would advise every single subscriber on this channel to use an attorney when you are purchasing a property. The next thing you want to do, so now that you have done all of those and you have your money and you're ready to purchase, you want to get an attorney. And I want to make sure that all of you understand this. And if you're watching, if you put down your phone, now is the time for you to take up your phone. If your phone in the other room, now is the time for you to come and actually look at your screen and listen me carefully. Every lawyer is a lawyer, but every lawyer is not skilled at every area of law. If you're purchasing a property, use a conveyancing attorney, somebody who has been practicing for years, somebody who has a good track record, and somebody who will be able to get you the results that you want. If you go with any attorney that you find on the street, some of them are not very familiar with real estate processes, and they will end up costing you more money than the process really needed in the first place. Let's say, for example, your attorney makes a mistake on a piece of document concerning the house that you are planning to purchase. Each mistake that that attorney makes will cost you not only time but money. So say they are supposed to say, for example, even the spelling of a name, your name is spelled incorrectly, then you know that you are actually going to have to pay to have that document done over. And when I say pay to do it over, I mean like $50,000 for one piece of paper for information on it to be corrected. So don't take this for granted. If you are watching and you need a sensible conveyancing attorney, message in the comment section and I will provide one for you. In fact, once this video ends and it goes up on my channel, I'm going to put the numbers for a lawyer, two realtors, and somebody who's into construction. So if you have further questions, they can further assist you with those questions, because I want you not to be able to buy a house, but to buy it easy without the extra stress, without the extra issues. So remember, I said to you, do not use any lawyer, use a lawyer that is trained and qualified and has been practicing conveyancing for a while. The process to deal with conveyancing matters is technical, and you don't want a lawyer who has no experience working on such an important matter for you. Say, for example, my teeth. I thought I needed braces, for example. Would I go to a pediatrician to get braces? No, because pediatricians deal with babies. So I went to an orthopedic surgeon who does, an orthodontist rather, who deals with teeth. Say, for example, my back is hurting me. Would I go to an orthopedic surgeon? No, I would go to a chiropractor because they deal with back. If my foot, if something's wrong with my foot, I'd go to a podiatrists because they deal with feet. Do not just take it for people's word and because they're a lawyer, you go to any lawyer. You can't say, me never tell you. I'm just stressing the point so you guys pay attention. It can cost you way more than it needs to cost you if you choose an attorney who is not qualified or skilled in conveyancing. So if you need an attorney, ask away and I will provide the answers for you. All right. What's the other thing that you need to know? So the next step that you're going to do is shop around for mortgage. So all of you have your favorite bank that you prefer to go to. I don't know who is this jerky person. Jerky, what is the issue? What's wrong? Yes. I don't know if all of you have your favorite banks that you prefer to go to and so on. However, it is best if you shop around as it relates to mortgage. And let me just jump into the comment section quickly to see what the discussion there is about. So yes, Shay and Dwayne were clearing up the whole March Pen Road purchasing a house in Portmore issue. Shay Monroe says, okay, future millionaires, good evening. Leaving now. Stay blessed and safe. All right, Shay, all the best. Thanks for coming. CM says, wow, 3% of 2 million is 600,000. Okay. WN Max says, Kayla, what estimated amount in saving you need before you can purchase a $14 million home in mortgage? I would suggest that you try to save $2 million if possible. Try to save up $2 million. Bill Bap Gaming says, prefer the bank with the lowest interest rate. LOL. I know, right? Jerky says, next I want to live near Ross Muko. Big up Ross Kitchen. Okay. CM says the lawyer fee enough. Yes, CM. That is why I'm telling you on here. That's why I'm trying to make the whole process more transparent, because most persons do not know these things until they have seen a home that they want to purchase, until they are close to the stage of actually buying the house. And then all of a sudden you're hearing, oh, you have to pay between 5 and 10% for the down payment, for the closing costs. Oh, there is a fee because you need a structural engineering report. Oh, you need to do a survey. Oh, and by the way, the lawyer needs to get paid 3%. And I'm just saying 3% is a ballpark figure, but it can be more or less depending on the attorney that you choose. So that is why I'm making all of this information transparent, just so you know that you need to be saving up money if you want to purchase a property. And of course, for anybody that might be joining from another country, this is only related to Jamaica. All right, let me see who else is asking a question. Kayla, it's 20 million, not 2,000. Did I make a mistake or something? You said 2,000 when you were reading my comment. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, but I guess other persons are seeing that also, so they would have known that I made a mistake. Bill Back Gaming says yes, CM, no, but some lawyers might be negotiable. Yes, some lawyers are negotiable. And the reason why I put finding a lawyer and conversing with the lawyer up so early on the list of things to do is because you can build, if you have a good relationship, a good rapport with your attorney, you can more than likely get reduced costs versus you just meet an attorney off the road. Plus, I don't think it's safe to do that either. It's best to find out from someone who has purchased a house before you which attorney they use and the type of service that they got, and try to use somebody who is reputable, somebody who you know about their track record, so you know that you'll be getting good customer service. It's not just about the legal process. Some lawyers are not as professional as others, and you want to work with somebody who is professional, who you will not have to be calling them for update every time, but some of the times they might send you an email or give you a call just to say this is the process. Nothing is wrong with calling and checking, but it would be nice to have somebody who they might not call, but they might ask their secretary to call or so on. All of those things will just make the process easier for you. D Dion M Dion Dion BC says, do you know when the results for the Silver Sun scheme will be published, phase two? No, Dion, I don't even think the people at NHT know when that will be published. But as soon as it is published, I normally do a video. So I'll let you know, or I'll post in my community section or on my Instagram page. So for those of you who are not yet following me on Instagram, my Instagram name is the same as my YouTube name, Kayla.K.Keane. So please go ahead and follow me on my Instagram page so that you can see updates. The updates are more frequent on my Instagram because, of course, it's easier to post to Instagram as opposed to YouTube, where I have to make and edit a video before I can upload, or I'll have to go live. And I do have a scheduled time when I go live. I go live on Sundays at 6 p.m. EST, that's 6 p.m. Jamaican time. So it's easier to get information via my IG page. All right. Dwayne Bennett says this week as it relates to Silver Suns. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check on that for you. Bill Back Gaming says, would you purchase land which the land title is not yet available? No. I can't take problems, and especially when the problems relate to relate to things that I have to spend a lot of money on. So I don't know about that. WN says rent can never be a good thing. Living in someone else's house for one whole heap of years and the house is not yours. Crazy. Yes, WN, that is indeed crazy. Jerky, this individual named Jerky, what is your issue? I see you commenting a lot of obscene things. If you continue to do so, just know that I'm going to block you. If you comment one more inappropriate thing, then I'm going to block you. Yes, anyway, we don't want to descend into bad vibe. As I always say, this is a space for great vibe, productivity, great energy. So, yes. CM says, WN Max, stop mash my corn. Everybody's circumstances are different. Yes, CM says, WN is mashing his corn because he has been renting for a while. Nothing is wrong with renting, guys, as long as you have a plan to stop paying rent one day. The issue with renting is if you are renting and you do not have a plan, right? If you don't have a plan, then renting is going to be a problem. So if you are renting now, I don't want you to feel despair or feel sorrowful or feel anything negative. What I want you to do is to have a plan to hold on, let me just block Jerky. Blocked, awesome. Yes. So what I want you to do is to have a plan to have a plan to get out of that situation. Guys, you would notice that I don't use certain type of language on my channel, although the content is more than likely for somebody who is 18 because I talk about purchasing properties and so on. I want it to be family friendly, so I don't want anybody to be commenting anything obscene in the comment section. And if you do so and I speak to you about it, then you're going to be blocked and blessed. Yes. CM says, yes, I have a plan. That's it, CM. Bill Bap Gaming says, CM, well said. CM says, LOL Gaming for real. WN Max says, in my opinion, it's against, in my opinion is not against at CM. I'm looking at my girlfriend situation. I have made it clear. No man, WN, CM just joking. You don't know how CM stay. CM love to make light of every situation. He doesn't think that you are speaking about him. All right, so yes, the third step in purchasing a property is to shop around for mortgage, as I was saying earlier. So when I say shop around for a mortgage, what I mean is that you're going to go to different financial institutions to find out who is giving you one, the best interest rate. And I want you guys to know that financial institutions, even though they might have some good products, there's a financial institution that comes to my mind right now as I say this. Some financial institutions have great products, but they are not good to take a mortgage from. And I won't call any names. I have already done a video on the best financial institution to get a mortgage from here in Jamaica. So you guys can check out those videos on my page after the live ends. But you have to shop around. There's a concept known as a financial broker. And what not a financial broker, a mortgage broker, I beg your pardon. So what the mortgage brokers do is that they will take your information and they will tell you about all of the financial institution and the different rate that they offer. So therefore, you can have an opportunity to know which one is best for you. Let me just take a break from talking about this to finding out what you're saying in the comment section to see what questions you're asking. Dion BC said, what would you recommend to get your deposit? What would you recommend to get your deposit? I'm thinking that you're asking how much money would I recommend as a deposit? Your deposit is supposed to be 5 to 10% of the cost of the property. So I normally recommend that person save up to 20% just so you are safe, because remember, you'll have to pay legal fees and other costs that you might not be aware of just now. Dion BC says saving 15% is a lot. Well, it might be a lot, but if you start now, that's why I said earlier too, you don't start saving your deposit when you see a house. You're never going to get that house. You start saving your deposit from the first day you know that you want to be a homeowner and you're working or you're getting money, you start saving your deposit. When I have kids, I'm going to tell them, look here, you see, once you reach 18, you start saving towards your deposit. Because if you don't do that, you're never going to own anything. So if you're going to wait till you see a house to do that, then it not gonna work. Dion BC says, which financial institution would you recommend? Shop around, Dion, because the thing is, a financial institution might offer me 5% and offer you 10% as your interest rate because of things like your credit score, your relationship with the bank. And remember, a mortgage is something that you can literally go to them and say, okay, I know that you're all offering 6.5%, but I can't afford it. I want 4%. I've been a member of this bank for 20 years, da 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 da, and that can be done for you. Sometimes you don't ask certain questions. Some of us are not as forward, but sometimes doing that can assist you. So shop around to see what's best for you. I don't work for any of these financial institutions. Well, I used to work for one, don't work for any of them anymore. So I'm not going to necessarily recommend one because I might work with a bank, another bank, or another financial institution in the future. So until one of them sponsor me, I'm not going to make any recommendations. But what I can do is tell you the rates, which is what I did in the video entitled The Best Mortgage Rates in Jamaica. It's on my channel, so you can watch it. CM says, call name or I will. Kayla. Oh, the person's name was Jerky, if that's what you're talking about. Um, Dion BC says, call name CM. CM says, DWL. Dion, and me, you want Kayla kick off our live. No, man, I kicked off the person already. It's not anyone who is here. The person was commenting some obscene things, and you guys know that this is not the type of environment that I have on here. It's about constructive stuff. Earth Strong is commenting. Earth Strong says, I think the housing situation in Kingston is out of control. I believe young professionals should start pooling together, buying and building properties to create generational wealth. It is indeed ridiculous. Earth Strong, we were talking about it last week too. And that's specifically about the price for houses and apartments in Kingston. In the corporate area in general, we were saying how the prices versus what you're getting is ridiculous. Especially some of these houses. Have you guys ever gone to a viewing, whether you're trying to rent or buy property in the corporate area, and when you see how small the houses are, the space is, right now, I don't even think a double bed and a dresser can hold in some of these spaces. It's ridiculous. So sometimes you just have to choose to live outside of the corporate area. I see Dion commenting and saying, I don't want to live in Kingston, St. Anne, Mandeville, St. Thomas, St. Catherine. Okay, better choices. Uh, Billback Gaming says, totally agree at Earth Strong. CM says, Kayla, it's the best mortgage institution we're referring to. About call name. Oh, not Jerky. Okay. Yes, no, I'm not gonna do that because as I said before, I might tell you to go to Bank of Kayla, and Bank of Kayla is really not the best for you. Maybe it's the best for somebody else because I know that people who are members of bank. I know somebody who got his mortgage at about 3%. That is unheard of. But he has a relationship with the bank, and so when he told them that, here what, me can't afford that, then they gave him a lower percent. Another thing, guys, if you have relatives that work in a bank, you need to ask them about their discount, because family members of those relatives can get the discount too. So if your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, father, whatever relative work at a financial institution, or a friend, ask them if they have a different interest rate. They do get a lower interest rate on loans. Ask them if you can benefit from those facilities and use it up. Sometimes you have to uh, use creative means to get what you want out of this life, and especially for those of us who are living here in Jamaica and know that sometimes the system, it can feel as if the system is set against you ever achieving anything, especially your bigger goals. So be smart and don't just sit down and say, oh, I can't do this. Believe in yourself and actually try creative ways of getting what you want. So as I was relating to the mortgage now, which is what CM and Dion are talking about in the comment section, there is a facility known as a mortgage broker. Find a mortgage broker in Jamaica and send them your information, and they will send you all the information that you need to know about the different financial institutions and the interest rates that they can offer you, so you can know which one is best for you. That is the way you know which one is best for you. So it would not be wise for me to just tell you, okay, this one is better or that one is better, because when you go to them, you might get a higher interest rate based on things like your credit score. Dion and CM, let me know if you understand what I'm saying and why I'm not willing to just randomly name out companies. But in my video, though, about the best mortgage in Jamaica, I did at the time say the rates and which was best. CM says, yes, I totally understand, Kayla. Dion, let me know if you understand also. And for those who are just joining, remember to give the video a like. So that's a little thumbs up that you see over here. Just click the thumb, the one that is up, not the one that is down. Click the thumbs up icon. And if you have not subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right over here. If you have not clicked the bell, you need to click the bell, because the thing is, you can be subscribed all you want. If you don't click the bell, YouTube is not going to send you a notification when I post a video. Dion BC is saying that she gets it. That is awesome. So yes, the mortgage broker will break that down for you. What you'll need before you approach the mortgage broker is the same thing that you'll need before you go to NHT, which is your job letter, your TRN, your NIS. You just pull your, okay. Your NIS. So NIS, TRN, ID, a picture ID, and your job letter. That's what you'll need for the mortgage broker to give you the information as it relates to which mortgage facility is best for you. The Chronicles of Fear says, new subby here, great content. Thank you very much. The Chronicles of Fear, are you also a YouTuber? Based on your name, I'm wondering if you are a YouTuber. Let me know so I can also subscribe to your channel and show you some support. Yes, but thank you all for always keeping up to date with what's going on the channel. For those of you who are new, please remember that uh one, I post videos every single Friday at 3 p.m. Last Friday, I ended up going live because I didn't want to post the video that I had made for you. So I decided to go live instead. However, generally speaking, I post a video every Friday at 3 p.m. and I live stream every Sunday at 6 p.m. EST, that is for both times, that's Jamaican time. So please remember that I have those 2 days scheduled to spend time with you, so you don't need to miss another upload. Chronicles of Fear says, yes, I am. Okay, that's awesome. What do you make videos about? Can you tell me in the comment section so that my subscribers can also benefit from the information? CM says, welcome, Chronicles of Fear. Please sanitize and take a seat. Oh, Lord, my subscribers are the best. Um, Rachel Thompson says, are houses in the country cheaper? Which parish would you recommend if you are able to say? Okay, Raquel, Raquel Thompson. Yes, houses in the rural parishes are indeed cheaper. So if you want to find houses in Jamaica that are less expensive, you want to look at parishes like St. Thomas, some areas of St. Mary. You want to look to the western end of the island, like Westmoreland and parts of St. Elizabeth. Those are the areas with cheaper houses, generally speaking. The areas with more expensive houses are like Kingston and St. Catherine, but St. Catherine is also cheaper too, in the same breath. You'll find houses for different prices, but St. Catherine is also one of the cheaper areas, but some houses are expensive. But Kingston, St. and Manchester, Montego Bay, generally speaking, are the four parishes with the most expensive houses. Let me see what's going on in the comment section. Um, Chronicles of Thea says, thank you for the warm welcome. Looking forward to learning and also sharing. Definitely, Thea. This is the good energy that we have over here. Solomon Francis says, first time here, very interesting topic. Thank you so much for coming, Solomon, and don't make it your last time. For those of you who are just coming to class, by the way, remember to hit the thumbs up button if you like what's going on here today. And also remember, if you haven't done so already, to hit the red subscribe button and to turn your post notifications on so you never miss an upload. Let me see what you're saying in the comment section. For those of you who are late to class, by the way, we're talking about buying a house in JA. I basically went through the entire thing about everything that you need to do. So if there are questions about anything I said, please go ahead and ask them now. If you have questions that relate to that, but because you were late, you didn't get to see or hear the answer, then you can go ahead and ask right now in the comment section. And if there are other unrelated things that you want to talk to me about, you can also ask in the comment section. During my lives, I allow my subscribers to ask anything, whether about finance, real estate, or personal questions. So you can go ahead and ask away, especially if you're new and you want to know something that we might have discussed in your absence. The Chronicles of Fear says, I am a public health inspector, so I make career related videos. Okay, that is good. When the live ends, I will subscribe. Billback Gaming says, at CM, laughing, welcome Chronicles. Aha. Guys, you need to welcome Solomon Francis also. It's his first time here. So go ahead and welcome Solomon Francis, please. CM says, Chronicles, there's a restaurant in the plaza opposite to Marvally Post Office that the workers now wear masks or sanitize the customers as they come in. CM says, Chronicle is a public health inspector. So me I tell him. Okay. Timoy O'Brien says, what are the two big reveals you mentioned at the start of the video? You guys are on point today, man. You're not missing a beat. So, I don't know if I'm ready. I'm so excited. So, I actually met one of my targets for YouTube. I'm going to tell you. one second. Let me just see what they're saying in the comment section. Bill Back Gaming says, "Welcome, Solomon, name of a legend." Indeed, welcome. Right. So about the big reveal that I said that I wanted to mention at the beginning of the video, I am officially, officially a YouTuber. And some of you are saying, why are you saying you're officially a YouTuber? Maybe you're thinking, oh, you were official a long time. No, guys, soon, in very short order, I am becoming a paid YouTuber. So I have met the requirements to become a paid YouTuber, which is 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 1,750 subscribers now, or a little more than that. Yeah, a little more than that. And I have gotten my 4,000 watch hours. So I will become an officially paid YouTuber. So apart from my day job, this is another job now. So you're newly my part-time job. So that's one of the big announcements that I wanted to make. And I enjoy doing doing YouTube, I must say. At first, it was a little hard, a little uncertain, quite frightening at times. But with you, my subscribers, I try to be myself on here. So what you see is literally what you get. Some persons are more pretentious. I try to be myself. And I appreciate the fact that you appreciate me being myself. My subscribers are just awesome. The vibe, the energy is just perfect. So thank you for helping me to get to my goal of becoming a monetized channel. If it was not for you, then I would not be able to do that. The next big excitement that I have to tell you about is the fact that once I get to 2,000 subscribers, so I need about 250 subscribers. Once I get those 250 subscribers and I get to 2,000 subscribers, I'll be having a giveaway. Because me couldn't make on the journey with me and now reward. So I'll be having a giveaway. The giveaway, which was suggested by you, I think in my last live or the live before that, you suggested that you wanted it to be cash. Hold on, I see a whole heap of comments just flying up on the screen. Let me just read it and then get back to what I was telling you. Uh, CM says, "Welcome, Solomon. Enjoy this channel." Bill Back Gaming says, "Congratulations, Kayla." Bill Solomon Francis says, "Thank you. Glad to be here." CM says, "Congrats, Kayla. Money, yo." The Chronicles of Thea says, "That's great. Congratulations. Hope to reach there soon." Indeed, my dear, you will get there. Timoy O'Brien says, "Congratulations." Earth Strong says, "Congrats, Kayla. Well done with the fire symbols." CM says, "So the money you were gonna give us can raise to 2,000 US." CM, if you're sponsoring it, yes, I can do that. Um, Timoyo Brand says, "It's a great journey sharing knowledge and inspiring others." Indeed. Coral Williams says, "Welcome, Solomon Francis. Glad to have you join us and hope to have you join here again and again." Solomon Francis says, "Congratulations." And Earth Strong says, "Welcome, Solomon." Indeed. So, yes, the second announcement is that once I get to 2,000, I want to do a giveaway. Uh, you suggested that the giveaway should be in US dollars, and so that all my subscribers in different countries can access it if them win, so the persons who are living abroad can access it. I have not determined how much money that will be as yet, but when I get to 2,000, I will tell you more about that. So what I want you to do now is to share the video with all your friends and family, whether they're living here in Jamaica, whether they're living in the diaspora, or so on. Just share the video with them and ask them to subscribe That is your homework for me. All right. So basically, we spoke about purchasing a house in Jamaica. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sharing the journey with me. Thank you so much for subscribing and choosing my channel. There are so many other channels that you could be on, but you chose to spend the evening with me, and I appreciate it. For those of you who are watching delayed, please remember to give the video a like and to subscribe right over here. So just hit the subscribe button. Also, remember to teach other people anything you other person, sorry, anything you know, and to keep on taking care of your neighbors just as you'd like somebody to take care of you. Right? Yes. So this space is a space created for positivity. If you're new, the channel is about finance and real estate predominantly. And I might do some lifestyle blogs in between. But every week, I'm here at 6 p.m. to answer your questions. So remember to join me next week, same time, same place. I'm going to jump into the comment section for one last time to read all your comments. And once you don't have any questions for me, that will be it for the evening. So the longer you want me to stay on here, keep asking your question and keep liking the video. All right, let me see what I missed. Carol Williams says, "Welcome, Solomon Francis. Glad to have you join us and hope to have you here again and again." Solomon Francis says, "Congratulations." Earth Strong says, "Welcome, Solomon." CM says, "May I save my money for lawyer fees?" DWL. Earth Strong says, "I will settle for 2 bottles of castor oil." Earth Strong, if you win, that is what you're going to get for your gift. CM says DWL Earth Strong. Haha. CM says, "Kayla, you are the most handsome Jamaican YouTuber I have seen." I guess you mean pretty. They don't usually use handsome to refer to women. Open and honest, no fakeness. Very good. Thank you very much, CM. You know that at one point we never had a lot of Jamaican YouTubers, so we are just bursting into the space and making it our own, making ourselves at home. You know how Jamaicans do it, especially for those of you who live abroad. We just go into a space and take over. So yes. Oh, you said honest, most honest. Oh, yes, CM, you know the thing, not wearing the glasses today. Yes, CM, I'm glad you feel that way. Yes, CM say you need your glasses, you know. Yes, CM, you know me too well. I think I probably need to get contacts because I can't wear my glasses while I'm doing the lives because the light is going to reflect in my glasses and it's not going to look good on your end. So I have to just try to sit close to the phone and to see that. Yes, so today we talk about, for the late bugs, spirit persons who are just joining, we spoke about purchasing a home, the 4 most important steps, which is 1, you need to definitely look at your budget to see what your budget is and what you can afford. Wanting a house is all good and well, but what can you really afford? Huh? You need to know what you can afford, so look at your budget. Secondly, you need an attorney, but not just any old attorney off the street. You need a conveyancing attorney who is familiar with the process of purchasing a house, right? So that is 2. 3, you need to find a mortgager, somebody who will lend you money to purchase the house. So you need to shop around, get a mortgage broker who will help you ease that process, ease you into the process by showing you these are the 5 banks, these are the interest rates, so pick this one because this one makes sense. And finally, when you are ready, you will have all of those information to make an informed, sensible decision that you won't regret in the future. So that's a recap for those of you who are just joining. Let me just hit the comment section before I go. Dwayne Bennett says, "Good job, keep it up." Sash Muller says, "Well done, KK, so proud." Thank you, my darling. CM says, "Please let them, LA Lewis, tell them. Please tell them LA Lewis is not an attorney. Somebody was asking privately. Lord have his mercy. Where did they get that information that LA Lewis is an attorney now? CM? CM, you know that you look like you know a lot of things that I could learn from you. But anyways, my subscribers, remember to hit the like button. Click the thumbs up button. It means a lot to me. It means that you're learning. It means that what we're doing is working out. And it means that I can continue to make the types of videos that I am making. I hope to make way more interesting content for you. Once especially I start getting paid and I have a budget to work on, I plan to make the videos more interesting. So tell your friends about my channel, share the link with them so they too can watch and learn. If you know young persons who are not really doing much with their lives, or who always bruffing, as we would say here in Jamaica, they're always spending heavily, not making wise financial decisions, don't just cuss them, recommend the channel to them so they can see that there's another way to life. And sometimes all we need is information. So thank you very much for watching my lives. Remember that I post videos every Friday at 3 p.m. EST, that's Jamaican time. And I go live every Sunday at 6 p.m. So please make sure say uno build the channel because of Funa channel, okay? CM says I like your videos. They're very informative and interesting. Thank you, CM. So that's it for this week, future millionaires. Thank you so much for joining. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification. Until Friday at 3 p.m. Walk good and stay financially literate. Bye bye.